everybody, it's Heather and I am back here with another process video for you guys today. These pictures are of my daughter and my nephew, and it was the first week he was born. He's a little over a year old now, so these pictures are I'm a little far behind. I printed these pictures off of my iPhone onto my Canon Canon printer, I'm sorry. And I used the app PicFrame to get the two square photos, and I also just edited them on my phone and made them black and white. One is of her holding him and just looking at him, and the sun's coming through and the sun's really shining on her hair. And then the other one is of them on a blanket together, like they were playing together. And so I'm just showing you guys the papers that I'm using. I'm using the paper pad from, hold on, Dear Lizzie, and it's Lucky Charm. And it's an older collection. I've had this paper pad for quite a while. And actually, when I picked it up at Tuesday morning, so it was probably already kind of old then. So these papers are, I have no idea how old, but they're a pretty old collection. And for this layout, I'm going to do a grid layout. I'm using the grid. It's the Hump Day Challenge in the Victoria Marie Facebook group. And I thought, what's a better way to use up some of this old paper? And I'm using black and white photos for that reason, so I could use any paper, any colors. And I really, really, really had fun with this. I really don't use the grid that often. I have before, and I don't know why I don't use it more often, because I really, really honestly like the way it turns out. I really like it. So right here I'm just using a circle punch, and I have all of these little things that I printed off a really long time ago as well. I just went to, I think, free printables on Google, and then a whole bunch of stuff pops up, and that one is like a turquoise color, and it says happy in cursive. So I punched that because it kind of goes with the color scheme that I'm going with. There's a lot of turquoises in in these papers, so I figured that I could use that somewhere. So I went ahead and punched that out. And right now I'm just trimming things down. That would have been absolutely perfect right there, and I actually cut a little bit too much off. And for my grid, I don't ever measure anything, which probably is a bad thing. I know a lot of people measure things precise and they all, line up perfectly, and I don't. Maybe that's why I don't do grids as often. I really like the way they turn out, but they're never perfect. Just because I don't measure anything, and it's okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. But so it's not, like I said, it's not a perfect grid. There's things that are, a little bit longer here, a little bit shorter there, and I just kind of fill them in with, fill in the little blanks, I guess, with embellishments. And you'll see here in a minute how I do that. But right now, I know that I'm using the grid, so I'm just trying to lay out all the papers that I wanted to use and the pictures, and just try to get that in a good layout. And like I said, I had a lot of fun with this, and I really love the ombre paper in the background, how it goes from like a super, super light pink, almost white, to a really dark pink. I forgot that I even had these papers. I love digging through things that I have had for such a long time, because it's almost like they're new again, because maybe you haven't used them in quite a while, and you get use out of old things, which is really nice and fun to do. Right now I got a stamp out that says all you need is love, and these are new inks that I got from My Favorite Things, and they're the hybrid inks. And let me see what the colors are. I picked up two because I've never used them, so I didn't know, if I was going to like them or not. I got Razzleberry, which is like a dark pink, and then blue raspberry, which is, I don't know how, like a light blue, I guess, like a light blue, yeah. And I was going to use the light blue, but it would have blended in with that turquoise. I don't feel like you would have been able to see it. So I ended up using the raspberry, which is the pink, and stamp that out on that little card. And I really wasn't sure where I wanted to place it. I was not just, I wasn't absolutely sure because it's a small stamp and I didn't want to put it right smack dab in the middle of the card, because then I wouldn't be able to put anything else on that card. So I put it up there, more to the top of the card. And right now I'm just looking through some of my die cuts that I've had here. These are like really, really old die cuts, and I'm just trying to use a little bit, use some of them up, but really these colors in this, I guess, I don't even know what collections they're from, but they're more like vintagey colors, and these are more like bright, springy colors, so I really wasn't able to use any of them except for one, and it's that one up there to the left top. And it says, well, it doesn't say anything. It's like a label with a doily, and then I actually put that little punch out that says happy on top of it. And now I'm using some stickers from Heidi Swapp. I think. I don't have the packaging. I'm pretty sure it's Heidi Swapp, and it says favorite, and it's also in like a dark turquoise. And then they're like enamel, I would say, or they look like they've got like glossy accents on the top of them. And it says favorite, and then I used a heart with like white polka dots in it and a couple of the stars. And I'm going to go ahead and start gluing things down so I can really start embellishing, because, when you're using the grid, you want everything to be put down, because if you're working with it and everything's just moving around and it's hard to keep it all in place without it moving all around. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue everything down, and I also cut some strips from the same paper, and I put one at the top and one at the bottom. The one at the top kind of looks like it has like a doily, almost lace trim, and I really like that. It's cute. And there's a couple places throughout that, like, the top piece has like a navy strip, like a navy blue strip, and there wasn't any more navy blue in any of the other cards or paper that I pulled out. And so you'll see here in a minute that I'll bring in some navy in a couple other places to kind of pull that together, because it kind of feels like it looks a little awkward because it's the only like dark color. So yeah, right now I'm just putting these down. That little one says, "This is so awesome." And then the yellow one, obviously you can see that it says, "You make my heart sing." And the other one to the right of it says, "Love you more." And my daughter was completely infatuated with my nephew. Like you guys know, if you watched the, I think 2 videos ago, my daughter was there for his birth, and this is her first cousin. She's been the only grandchild. She was 4 when he was born, so she was the only grandchild for 4 years. And so when he was born, it was really special, and we were really only there for 2 months after he was born, and then we moved away. So it kind of stinks, that we're not close to them anymore. And I finally have a nephew, and I'm able to spoil him, and I'm not there. And so this layout kind of made my heart happy to see the pictures and kind of reminisce about, when we were there, because we knew we were moving, and we spent those 2 months. I feel like we were there a lot at their house, visiting and spending time with them, and just, being there with them, because we knew we were going to be moving shortly. These stickers, I believe, are from Mambi. I'm not positive. Like I said, a lot of my embellishments that I've already used or already opened, I don't keep the packaging. It's just easier to store when they're already being used. So I cut off, or I got one of these little banners. It's white. You can't really see it on camera that well, but in person you can see it. It's a little white banner. And then I'm going to end up, I'm trying to see which one I want to put here on this card. So I'm kind of like placing it over top because you can see through because they're clear stickers. And I'm going to end up putting the one that says, "A friend is always there for you." Because I hope, as they get older, obviously he's only a year old, but I hope as they get older, they, become really close friends and are there for each other, since she's the only one that we're having. Like, we're not having any more kids. And they say the same thing, and I only have one brother. So they say that they're only going to have one. So, I really hope that they're going to be able to be close and be cousins that spend the summer together at grandma's house or at our house, or, that kind of thing. So, this is also from a Heidi Swap pack of flare and buttons, and it has a little heart, and it says "Love Ya," and it's one of those things that I said I was going to bring in with navy. It's a navy blue with pink writing. And then right here I'm going to fill in this little blank with this little arrow, and it's from the Kiss Kiss collection from Crate Paper, and it's a wood veneer. And then these stickers I got from Target, and I believe they're American Crafts, and they're puffy stickers. And they're perfect because they have different variations of pinks and turquoises and whites. And I just kind of scatter these all over the layout, and I really, really like the way they turned out. They're kind of just like floating. And I need a title, and I'm absolutely not even sure. When I started doing this layout, I kind of had in mind how I wanted it to look, but I had no idea. Like I said in a previous video, I'm horrible with titles. And so I went through and looked through some of my thickers that I have not used in a while, and these are the perfect color, but I don't really like the font. They're like awkward. They're kind of like cursive, but they're not really cursive. I don't know. They're weird. And so I do end up using them, but I just was not sure what I wanted the title to be. So I start putting it out, and then I put it back, and I'm thinking a little bit more, and I was struggling with a title. And so, yeah, I think about it for a long time, and I still don't really like the title that I came up with, but it works. So it's going to spell out little ones, and I'm going to have to use all capitals because I don't have any little e's left in this pack. So I'm going to have to use all capital letters, which I don't really like doing either. It just looks so weird to me. I don't know. Especially with these letters, they're just not my favorite thicker letters. But the color was perfect. I didn't have any other colors that really matched as well as these did, so I just went ahead and used them. I need to use them anyways, right? So yeah, it's going to say little ones, and then I have a cutout here that I used. It's a die cut that I used, and it says family, and so I'm going to put that a little bit behind this cork piece that I put down. And then this is a die cut that I die cut a while back and just never used it, and it's navy as well. It's navy blue. So I brought in a couple pops of navy blue to kind of balance a little bit of the dark, to bring a little more dark in. So it's going to say hello little ones, which I like. Title's not so bad now. Excuse me. And I use glossy accents, which I don't know why I use glossy accents, because once it gets on that page, it's there and you'll see it, like it's glossy. So I need to get some matte medium to put down. And I thought about using this half of heart doily, and I cut it out, and then it looked funky. I didn't end up liking the way it looked, so I don't use it. I was going to use it, but I didn't. I just didn't really like the way it looked. And I was trying to see, I had a pink doily and I was trying to see if that matched, but it wasn't the right pink. And so I don't end up using that. These are some enamel dots from the Serendipity line, Dear Lizzie. And I'm almost out of them, which makes me happy. I like using that product, you know. I really like to think that I use my products well and don't just spend money. And I have actually been on a spending freeze for this month, the month of February, and I've done really, really well. There are the MFT stamp, or not, the inks that I said that I just got. I actually had those ordered in January, and I also have another order from January that's still on back order. It was pre-ordered. So thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.